So the first part of the lab requires you to get the mass of a clean, dry, graduated cylinder. And so I have 4 graduated cylinders here in front of me. These two are identical, these two are a little bit different, but overall they all carry 50 milliliters. So I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to take the mass of it. So I want to make sure I'm getting just the mass of the graduated cylinder. And taking the mass of that alone, I'm going to give it a moment to make sure it's correctly balanced. That mass of the graduated cylinder alone is 69.47 grams. So now what I need to do is I need to record this in table 1. But if you notice, the instructions ask you to remove the graduated cylinder from the balance, re-zero the balance, and repeat the measurement for a total of at least 3 trials. So remember this number, 69.47 grams. If I remove it, I zero the balance, I now have 69.46 grams. And so in your data table, you have trial 1, 2, and 3, and then you have the average. If you notice, it just bumped up to 69.47. So since this is now set, let's go ahead and say that trial 2 was 69.47 grams. I'm going to repeat now with trial 3. So I'm going to remove my balance. I'm going to remove my graduated cylinder. I'm going to zero my balance. And this is now trial 3. So trial 3 is again 69.47 grams. It just dropped to 0.46. Okay, so for trial 3, we're going to stick with 69.46 grams. So now you need to calculate the average value for the mass of the graduated cylinder. I know it just bumped up, but we're going to stick with 69.46 grams. So you're going to now take the 3 masses that I provided you for each of the 3 trials. You're going to add them up, divide by 3. That's going to be your average. The next part of the lab wants you to add water to the graduated cylinder, so it's approximately a third full. So this graduated cylinder is 50 milliliters. It's a little difficult for me to go ahead and do 50 divided by 3. It's going to be somewhere clearly between the 15 and the 20 mark. We don't need to take it that route. Let's just go ahead and say that we're going to fill it up to the 20 milliliters. So I'm going to go ahead and move to that part of the lab. I'm on step 2. And I'm going to add about 20 milliliters of water to the graduated cylinder. So there's my 20 milliliters of water. It's about 20 milliliters. The meniscus is right around the 20, but it's not extremely precise. And so now the volume that I'm saying is 20 milliliters. So if I take it from there, I now want to take the mass of the graduated cylinder with the water in it. So I'm going to do 0. And here is the mass of my graduated cylinder with my 20 milliliters of water. My 20 milliliters of water. And so the mass reading on the balance is 88.47 grams. Just to kind of help you here, I'm going to hold up a blank sheet of paper. And it's a little bit over 20. It's not exactly at 20, but it's close enough. It's 20 point something. It's not at 21 milliliters. So my volume is 20 milliliters, and my mass is, it just jumped up to 88.47 grams. We're going to go ahead and say, oh, now I went, okay, so it's taken a moment here. We're going to go ahead and say that the mass, let's do 88.47 grams. That's going to be our value. So now I need to repeat that step 4 different times with different amounts of water each time. So I'm going to walk you through that in just a moment.